Hello, welcome to Freecycles. Freecycles started in 1996 to help reduce air pollution and provide an alternative to driving in Missoula. The idea was started by resource conservation students at the university. They had an idea to do a bicycle collection drive and place cycles out on the corner of the streets for anyone to use and ride. Each bike was painted green and had a plate welded to it that said Freecycles and a little tag on the handlebars that said, "Ride me anywhere, treat me with respect, call this number if the bike breaks down." So this project was pretty well received from the community. However, there were some challenges involved. So there was feedback that people wanted to learn how to work on their own bikes and help keep unused cycles from going to the landfill. So Freecycles decided to switch gears and provide core programs to the community to help meet those needs. So one of our programs is the open shop. When the green is showing open, that means there is room for more people to come in. When there's a closed indicator or full, that means that we are at our capacity and may schedule a time for you to come back later. The open shop program is focused on teaching people how to work on their own bikes. As long as you are willing to do the work, we will show you and guide you in this process. So whether that's something simple like fixing a flat or a more complicated repair, we will help you assess and guide you through that. We have all the tools, parts, and supplies to help people with this process, and it's a donation-based service. We really just want to empower people, help build their confidence and independence. We find when we do this, more people ride their bike more often and feel empowered to do so. We also have the Youth Cycles program, which provides free bikes for kids 10 and under. We like to keep a variety of youth cycles available. So in this section here, we have ready-to-go bikes for families. We also keep project bikes for kids because many people want to actually learn how to fix a bike, and they can come here and choose a youth cycle and go through that similar process. We do require that kids 10 and under come with an adult of some sort for supervision. Once you hit age 11, you are eligible to participate in our Build-A-Bike program, which is probably our most popular program. And what that entails is taking this class, the Bike Well class, and then volunteering 90 minutes of time. This service varies. We have many different tasks that we need help with here at Freecycles, from cleaning, organizing, sorting bikes, working on art projects, you name it, we can usually use your help. So there are no special or bike-related skills required to volunteer. Once you've completed your 90 minutes, we will help you choose a project bike from our warehouse. And all of these bikes need different amounts of work. They all need something before they are safe to ride, but we will work with you to help fix those bikes. We have several different styles and categories of bikes, so we break them down into 3 basic categories: mountain bikes, road bikes, and cruisers. And depending on a preference, we will also make sure that we help you size your bike correctly. This is a most important part of choosing a bike, in our opinion, having a bike that fits you well and is going to work for you long term. I'm going to show you the bicycle barn. So here we have outdoor workstations, which is especially nice for certain times of the year, enjoying the fresh air, being with the birds, etc. When we do have you come work on a bike, whether that's open shop or build a bike or youth cycle, we ask you to check into a station. Each station is going to provide you with some of the basic things you need to work on your bike. 80% of your bike work is used with basic tools. We have Allen wrenches, metric wrenches, screwdrivers, both flathead and Phillips, pliers, and those are mainly what you need when doing basic adjustments. I'm going to show you the bicycle forest. The bicycle forest is our Freecycles version of a salvage yard. So many of these bikes have very handy parts when it comes to fixing. whether that's handlebar grips, pedals, chains, etc. We use as much as what we can from these bikes before taking them to the recycling center or upcycling them for other uses like art, bike parking racks. We try to keep the forest clear with good walking paths, so when you are coming out here to harvest a part, you may have to pull a bike to access what you need. And then we do ask that you try to help keep the space usable for others. So by keeping these walking lanes clear, leaving the space as you found it or better than you found it is a great. We do have a few policies and guidelines that keep the space safe for everyone and accessible. So we do ask that people use respectful language. You know, we ask that you refrain from swearing or saying anything derogatory or offensive while you're working on your bike here. During bike shop hours, we do require sobriety as well. And then we ask that service animals only come to Freecycles. I'm going to show you inside and introduce you to my coworker, Bob.
Hi, my name is Bob Giordano. I'm the director here at Freecycles. I've been here from the early days. This is the events room, as she was saying. We have a nice stage, a sound system. The community came together to help us make this space. It's been really wonderful to have events here. When you're working on your bike, this area over here is very important. Not only do we have the bike forest for choosing parts, hunting and gathering, we have a fairly well sorted parts area, or a parts wall, a parts room. We have 2 rolling carts. They have road bike handlebars on top. All the derailleurs you could ever imagine and need here. You have to scavenge, you have to check your parts that you get here. We do a pretty good job of sorting. The community is really generous in giving us bikes and parts. Over 50,000 bikes have been donated since we started in 1996. Pegs, pedals, racks, fenders, forks, cranks, a little bit of everything. And the same principle as the bike forest, try to leave this area better than you found it. Going. We have a wheel rack right here. Overflow wheels are on the fence in the bicycle forest. Complementing the barn with our outdoor workstations is the front shop. We have another 5 stations here. In the early days of Freecycles, this was all we were, other than moving around in some small garages. This room was Freecycles, and we've been blessed and lucky enough to expand. We did buy this property in 2016, 2 acres, 28,000 square feet. We have a mortgage and we have tenants, great community-minded tenants that help us pay that mortgage. In addition to the small tool boards, we have a specialty board. These are your lock ring wrenches, your headset, bottom bracket wrenches, vice grips if you need it, chain whips, crank pullers. Ask us for help on some of these specialty tools. You can damage the tool or your bike or your body if you don't use them properly. Right here in the center pillar, we have basic soapy water for cleaning your bike, cleaning your parts. Chain oil. We used to use Tri-Flow, now we're trying some more environmentally friendly oils. We're always trying to be environmentally friendly here at Freecycles. We use old t-shirts and rags and cut up socks that the thrift stores bring us. When a rag's too dirty, you simply pitch it away. Brushes, ferrules, end caps. Any white bucket at Freecycles is for metal part recycling. We have tires sorted by diameter. From your smallest 12-inch tire, which is maybe your first bike, 16s, 20s, 24, 26, and your roads, 700s and 27 inches. Inspect the tires when you get them off the wall. These are all used, but often in really good shape. I'm just looking for any kind of cracking. These tires are good. As I said, inspect them before you put them on your bike. We have pumps all over Freecycles. The bigger hole is for your typical Schrader valve. The smaller hole is for Presta. Just push the tube on, lock it. We usually have a water bucket here that you can test the tube for any punctures. Your tire levers, markers for marking your hole, and some other basic tools for patching. Nuts, bolts, and washers. We have headset parts, brake parts, wheel shifter seats. Good as a shop without a vise, strong vise that is. Hand grinder, help us go off the grid. We try to use only hand tools. This is station number 5. This has a lot of extra space. If you're doing a big bicycle repair, overhaul, this is a great station that we might put you at. When Freecycle started in 1996, it was about the green bikes and growing a community center. What good is a community bike shop without a healthy community transportation system? That led to the creation of Missoula Institute for Sustainable Transportation, or MIST. We're trying to create safe, equitable, environmentally sound systems of movement. One of the key ways we have found to do that is a 4 to 3 lane conversion. Restriping to a 3 lane gets better turning movement for cars, easier crossing for pedestrians, and more safe and accessible bikeways. There's some bike laws you need to be aware of. It is legal to ride a bike on a sidewalk in Missoula in the state of Montana. If this is a sidewalk and this is your main street here, and you don't feel comfortable, lack of facilities, aggressive driving, you can legally be on the sidewalk. What you have to be very careful of is any side street, driveway, or alley. We do not recommend going right in front of that bumper. Drivers often do not see bikes, they're looking out for drivers. So please do not go in front of that bumper. Either wait, go behind, do something that keeps you safe. Riding at night, you are required to have both a light in the front and a light in the back. Hand signals are not required by law, very helpful. Left, right, stop. Licensing your bike in Missoula is optional. It's very helpful if you ever get your bike stolen. You can then be contacted if the bike is recovered. You are not supposed to ride with a cell phone to your ear on your bike. You can get a $100 ticket just as you could while driving with a cell phone. Hands-free is legal. We promote and suggest that you should be very aware of your surroundings and not use headphones, not use your cell phone, not text. Concentrate on the streets and trails of Missoula. Let's face it, there's a lot of aggressive driving. We get several injuries and deaths each year in Missoula. That's not the fun part to talk about. We like to focus on the fun, enjoyable aspect of sustainable transportation and biking. You do have rights, you do have responsibilities to your fellow citizens to keep safe. Thank you. That concludes today's Bike Well.